the obligatory thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad. Without their careful nurturing and DNA, I wouldn't be here right now. Thank you as well to my grandparents who contributed their DNA to my parents, and so on and so on. Finally, I want to give a quick shout out to the rest of my ancestors, down to those primordial bacteria. Thank you for surviving long enough to reproduce, so I could be here to give this speech. Yesterday, I was asked if I wanted to give a graduation speech. I jumped on the chance to say something meaningful to my classmates, their families, and friends. Writing a graduation speech the day before graduation is harder than you think. Of course, high school helped me master the art of procrastination, and so I knew I had the skill set to potentially pull it off. But I had a hard time writing something that would meet the 3 important criteria of commencement speeches: be profound, make a lasting impact, and not embarrass the speaker too much. In my first speech idea, I was going to dramatically ask my classmates to look around at all of the friends and family gathered here. Then I was going to talk about how we are all so lucky to have each other and should always be thankful for the people in our lives. Then I was going to talk about all of the people who have helped the class of 2013 in our 18 years of life. But then I thought that was too cliche. Now look around. How many people have started to nod off? Enough said. So I trashed that idea. This led to the profound, meaningful, not embarrassing insight: you can't be afraid to say, no, this is wrong. It can really save you from misfortune down the road, like giving a bad graduation speech, for example. After I realized that my first idea was kind of lame, I thought that maybe I should start out with a quote. I know, another common commencement convention, but the right quote can capture a moment like nothing else. I thought about it for a while, and I finally said to myself, just do it. So I Googled quotes from my favorite author, Oscar Wilde, and I started searching for the perfect graduation quote for my speech. As I vetoed using all bad poetry springs from genuine feeling, and the world is a stage, but the play is badly cast, I started to move away from the quote idea. You guys want to hear my words, not the words of some dead guy. But I do really like Oscar Wilde, and I think he said it best when he said, the only thing to do with good advice is to pass it on. It is never of any use to oneself. I think that the best way to learn is to experience life rather than listen to advice. You can quote me on that if you'd like. A stroke of genius then hit me. I remembered a line from a movie that I thought was relevant to Danville High School's graduation. That line was, we're going to need a bigger boat, from the movie Jaws. It conveyed the perfect idea. I was going to talk about how each of us was like an admiral facing the high seas for the first time, and our friends and family were the crew, keeping us safe from drowning and pirates. But then I got swallowed up by this horrendous extended metaphor. It was like a whirlpool, and the boat of my speech was trapped and funneling down to the Davy Jones's locker of bad speeches. Although metaphors and fancy language are frequently used in graduation speeches, I feel like they distract from the meaning and impact of what is being said. You should always try to get your point across with minimal embellishment. That sounds like another profound, non-embarrassing point for the ages. My final thought is that people often try to conceal their mistakes, but it is our mistakes that make us who we are. Making a wrong choice helps us learn how to make the right ones. Don't erase or crumple up what you have done. Be proud of it. It shows how far you have come. My entire speech was filled with the mistakes of speeches that I wrote before it. But it worked, didn't it? That is the most profound message I wanted to tell the class of 2013. We are going to make mistakes, but they are only going to be true mistakes if we don't learn from them. Thank you, and way to go, guys. We made it.